I honestly love to tell a good story. And I don't know if I told this story or not, like, but because my videos recently, like, of Brazil, when I was living in Brazil, like, are getting, like, views now, I'm like, it's making me think back to the many adventures that I have that I might not have talked about, but I know I talked about it to my friends. So, anyways, I want to share this story. I had went out with a friend that I had made. Me and her mom had went to a fair. It was really cute. They had like local food vendors and the local folk music that they play, and there was a performance. There was children. It was your usual, this is where you take the family to go have fun. And we went for the food because she told me the food was good, and the food was really good. But the story is, as we were leaving, I had called Uber. And so Uber comes and picks us up to take us back to the city because we had to go out. And we're talking in the car, and the cab driver's like listening to it, like listening really hard. And so he begins to like ask her questions like, is he American? And so, of course, I can understand Portuguese. I can't speak it very well, but I definitely can understand it. And so he started directing questions to her, to me, just like because he was an older Brazilian guy, he had lived his entire life. He was like in his 50s. He had never met an American before, ever in his life. And he couldn't believe that in this very moment, like he was driving an American. Because we were in a really, like, I was staying in a very rural area of Brazil. It wasn't like a place where most tourists go. So she was like, you can ask him because he can understand. And so he then started talking to me in Portuguese, and he got so excited, you guys, that his driving became very erratic. And my friend's mom in the back was like, look, like, we are paying you to do a job and you are just too enthralled. Like, can you just focus on the road? Stop focusing on him. Like, yes, he's an American. Yes, he's here. Like, but just keep your hands on the. She was like in the back chanting all of this. Meanwhile, he is not listening to her, not one bit. He keeps just asking me questions. And so I finally had to like calm him down a little bit so that he could get. It was just, oh my God. It was a wonderful Uber ride. It was a wonderful Uber ride. But it made travel, like for me, that always makes traveling exciting because I remember when I met like my first Brazilian, or I met my first, Israeli, or whenever I meet somebody, in America, they honking, y'all. Whenever I meet somebody like that's from a country I've never been to, I've always been excited to be like ask them questions. But I guess it's a whole nother thing, to meet something in your own country without ever having to leave. And so to me, I feel like that's what makes traveling worth it. Like that's why I do it as much as I do. But it was a great time to be had. He was driving really bad, y'all. I mean, I was in that front seat holding on. I had my seatbelt on, but he was driving really bad. But that's what it's like when you live outside the